It's funny how all these women supposedly want marriage, but they don't want to change the family court system that is causing men to not want to get married. Still, they wonder why men prefer not to play by the rules of the legal system or go their own way. The incentives for marrying are slim to none in the West. Putting a woman in her place is some sort of abuse, and if she feels like it, she can easily dump you, get half your money, and move on without a problem. What men think is simple. There is no wisdom in signing a contract with someone who benefits from breaking it. For a man, getting married is like building a house on someone else's land. You might do all the things right and provide tons of benefits to your wife, but she's free to destroy what you've built.
Ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day, whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't believe what I just heard you say. There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men, and that is factual, and you know it. When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner.
Women like her make men think twice before marrying. I mean, it's no wonder why men hesitate, but anyway, in today's video, we're delving into modern women's frustration at men's choice of not getting married and why men are happier than ever before now that they don't play by the unfair rules of family law. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Kevin Kill Nation. He said, "My ex claims she found herself when she came out after leaving me. I laughed." Hey, take it easy, man. That's gotta do a thing or two on the mental. But either way, you're better off without her, that's for sure. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever
Girls love commitment, or that's what modern women say, and yet they're always the quickest ones to file for divorce for the most petty of reasons. You don't need marriage in order to have commitment. In fact, it's actually backwards. Getting married makes her more likely to leave. Women are more likely to divorce a man than they are to break up before marriage. At the end of the day, the bag is the bag, and women show their true colors once shit hits the fan. The reason why this happens is complicated because it has to do with how female attraction works. Before she gets married to a guy, she perceives him to be a lot more attractive than after she marries him. It's also why she stops wanting to have sex as much after marriage. Women get absolutely comfortable once they're married, feeling as if they were a trophy wife. In reality, she's just in a privileged position where she can freely dump the guy without facing major consequences.
Women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time. I would argue in relationships it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl. And what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore, you know, these hoes. You know, he doesn't get youth anymore, so he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid, so he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her. And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kid. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like, F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it?
But
like
you know,
men are logical. They're logical people, and so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And like, I just think as women, we have to look at ourselves and say, the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for most men.
You gotta hear this. So 70% of inmates are a product of a single-parent household. What they don't tell you is that single fathers produce similar statistics of those of homes with two parents, while single mothers don't. So the key to keep your children out of prison is the father. But mothers are awarded custody 90% of the time. Women are incentivized to leave a marriage, and prisons profit $74 billion a year. Am I thinking too much, or is there some sort of plan here? Stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.
You probably didn't expect the prison statistics, but hey, that's another way you can see through the code in the Matrix. Women these days are more than incentivized to leave a man. She'll get custody of the children and even weaponize them against a husband who probably just wants to build a good life for the family. This is interesting, so let's break it down. By the way, if some woman ever asks you why you don't want to get married, feel free to show her this video. Also, don't forget to drop a like to share some love. You see, if women are incentivized to divorce a man, let's stop for a moment to see the incentives for men. Spoiler, not many. If the desire for procreation and family life is eliminated, what reasons would justify a man's decision to marry? For real, the motivation to enter marriage appears rather limited for a man who lacks an inclination toward parenthood. The only remaining considerations seem to be intimacy and companionship. Basically, it's all reduced to the carnal and mundane, and men have lost faith in building an amazing family because the government is more interested in tearing up the family unit. Navigating modern relationships is a paradox where circumstances have evolved, yet certain aspects remain unchanged. Modern women aspire to balance their independence, careers, and financial autonomy while maintaining expectations rooted in tradition. In other words, they want to be boss babes and, at the same time, enjoy the benefits of having a traditional husband. Yet women are not virgins, let alone willing to submit to a man. This pursuit is complex when contrasted with expectations concerning men's roles, particularly in financial matters. Many modern working women, despite their own substantial earnings, still adhere to the notion of separate financial domains. My money is mine, your money is ours. Equality, right? Simultaneously, they may take offense if asked to perform traditional tasks, interpreting such requests as a sign of chauvinism, sexism, and all that. This leaves men in a dilemma. They're expected to uphold traditional norms when it comes to financial responsibilities, yet embrace progressive ideals for household chores and caregiving.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
Okay, so you expect your guy to be traditional.
Yeah. But I still, like, at the end of the day, I still have my own hustle, and I'm not knocking anyone who has any other else to, like, whatever they have going on.
No, I got you.
But I want my own money, but you better still be taking care of me. Not saying, like...
hold on.
No, like...
No,
I'm not
she's
saying,
in his bag and in hers, too.
in mine, too. Like, not saying, like, I'm gonna mooch off you, but, like, I'm still putting in what I need to.
Okay, so if your guy is traditional, then why aren't you being traditional when it comes to the roles that
he's not
just listed
traditional
off?
in every way, so
Okay.
that's like where the balance comes in.
Okay,
like,
talk to me.
You know, like we're not traditional in every way, but there's balance because we are traditional in some ways.
I do feel like...
As you can see, modern women shit the goalposts all the time. Like, girl, what the hell do you really want? The answer is, in reality, and I don't know. If a woman is liberal, even supports the simp Justin Trudeau, and still wants a traditional man, she's the one who's gotta change and make up her mind. As a man, you're interested in getting the most out of your time, so investing in the wrong woman is a huge no-no. Modern women want to be independent, but are not able to pay for a date. They might get the bag and tons of money, but you ain't touching none of that money. Your money, though, is something she feels like she has access to, because that's a man's job. Looks like saying that a woman's job is being a homemaker and your peace and quiet is some sort of oppression. A woman in her 40s who remains unmarried can freely go online and complain about her miserable life. She asserts that a woman should never contribute to a man's rent payments, asserting that it is the man's duty to provide shelter for the family. While I respect this perspective as a man, it becomes perplexing when the same woman labels me as a chauvinist for requesting a meal. The situation seems to set clear expectations for men's roles, yet leaves women's roles within relationships open to interpretation. Physical intimacy? Only at her discretion, as her body autonomy takes precedence. You know, my body, my choice. Cooking for you? Unlikely, as her upbringing witnessed her mother assuming that role for her father. She embraces her liberation and expects you to cook for yourself. Go and make some instant noodles, lazy asshole. Household cleaning. The solution is to hire a maid, as any expectation for her to engage in such tasks is deemed archaic chauvinism. In conclusion, if a man lacks a desire for children or a family, marriage appears to hold minimal, if any, advantages.
I'm sorry, but I find it funny how a lot of you modern day women will compare men of today to the men of the past, as if you are anything like the women of the past. I mean, you guys are offering ran through the JJ that's been hit by every Ray Ray and Pookie, okay?
Oh boy. Listen. I know they crying on that. I know, because a lot of them have been ran through.
You guys are not only looking for protectors and providers, you're demanding a stepfather. And what makes matters worse, unlike the women of the past who maybe didn't have credit, you guys are wanting men to go into a relationship with you with bad credit.
Historically, there were certain gender expectations and things were very different.
That's biological.
Yeah, it's biological.
But when we say, okay, we want a man to provide, which is what they have been doing for thousands of years, all of a sudden, that's not okay, right?
But if you're expecting that from a man, shouldn't he expect you to act as the traditional form of woman?
Totally, yeah.
So
you're traditional in your behavior?
I have traditional behaviors, yes. I would say so.
Really?
Yeah. You can talk to any of my exes if you want.
What are your traditional behaviors?
I like to cook. Cooking. Woohoo, feminism.
Woohoo, feminism. But hey, every aspect of the relationship must be on her terms. Let's not be so-called chauvinistic for expecting a woman who cooks, cleans, and raises your own kids. The reality is that men's genuine interest in marriage was never quite substantial. Society, often driven by religious influences, coerced us into it, and women made us believe it was something extraordinary. These days, the landscape has transformed significantly. Society no longer exerts pressure on us to enter marriage, and the religious institutions that once advocated for it are gradually waning. But still, women manipulate us into perceiving them as unique and special. The perceived value of this product has diminished, though. Adding to this shift, women are adopting more masculine attributes, while heterosexual men aren't inherently drawn to traits typical of men. If you want masculine energy around you, you better hang around your bros, who at least will not play you and say things behind your back. To add insult to injury, the drawbacks of marriage have multiplied exponentially, while the rewards have gone down. In the past, women dedicated themselves to appearing highly appealing to men and skillfully convincing men of their exceptional qualities. This strategy aimed to persuade men that women were the superior gender capable of civilizing them. Men would be persuaded that unless they secured a woman's commitment through marriage, they would struggle to find a woman of comparable or superior value. In contrast, modern women lack the unique allure that men find captivating. I'm not just referring to sexual attraction. In that regard, most women are sexually appealing to men. I'm alluding to the kind of allure that prompts a man to believe life would be incomplete without a specific woman. This dynamic is largely absent in today's women. Pose the question to a modern woman about what makes her an appealing prospect, and you'll likely receive an extensive list of qualities that men don't prioritize or, at worst, an empty response along the lines of, because I'm me, any man should consider himself fortunate to have me, or, I am the table, when you ask them, what do you bring to the table? I know, you can't make this shit up. Yeah, you gotta tick all her boxes just to get her in return, as if she herself was enough for you to be satisfied, maybe just in the bedroom.
Because that's all guys want. All guys want is pussy.
Or could it be that the men that only want pussy, the men that only want sex from women, is because that's all that the women have to offer? Because for me, if pussy's all you're offering, pussy's all I want.
To wrap up this video, let's look at the practical reason why men don't want to get married. Nothing personal against women though. It's primarily the legislation around divorce, without any other significant factor at play. To be direct, for men, the central issue often revolves around assessing the balance between risk and reward in the context of marriage. Functionally, being married doesn't greatly differ from being in a standard, long-term relationship. The journey entails its share of ups and downs, disagreements that escalate into arguments and misunderstandings, normal and inevitable aspects of truly getting to know another person. The distinguishing factor is that those who choose marriage often do so before the initial euphoria and honeymoon phase subside. Consequently, as the relationship evolves from its exhilarating beginning, aka the honeymoon phase, and time progresses, commitment deepens. Yet, statistically, and although not universally, in numerous instances, it's observed that women tend to grow disinterested and initiate divorce. While a variety of common explanations might be presented in court, two key reasons underlie the frequency and swiftness of women initiating divorce. First, in her perception, even though she took vows of "till death do us part," once the excitement wanes, she may no longer find the man intellectually stimulating, or she might not be as emotionally invested. In essence, when the initial thrill fades, she deems it a valid basis for divorce. Second, with no-fault divorce laws in place and family courts that demonstrably favor women, there exists a tangible incentive to not persevere and attempt resolution, but instead to opt for divorce and secure favorable terms in the process. In essence, the legal system often facilitates this outcome, thus ripping men off. Changing this dynamic necessitates eliminating the incentives for women to pursue divorce impulsively, while concurrently establishing equitable motivations for men to consider marriage as a balanced and worthwhile venture. This means altering the divorce laws to ensure equality and fairness, rather than being heavily one-sided. Additionally, eradicating alimony or revising its structure like Governor DeSantis did, adopting a default 50-50 child custody arrangement after divorce, unless exceptional circumstances warrant otherwise, and ensuring transparency in the use of child support payments. These four amendments would significantly alter the risk-reward calculus for men and, in turn, diminish the incentives for women to seek swift divorce. This could potentially lead to longer-lasting marriages or, at least, increased effort to salvage relationships. However, modern women are all about love 'em where you find 'em and leave 'em where you loved 'em. Thanks to all these realizations, men who want to get some intimacy decide to play under a different set of rules. Think of Leonardo DiCaprio. And thankfully, the red pill, although bitter, has helped men avoid marriage because, in all honesty, it brings no benefits to the man. If the family law system doesn't change, men's opinions won't either.
But the majority of the time, women are the ones leaving. And the divorce rate increased after hormonal birth control was introduced. So, the reason I think women leave more is because we're incentivized to do so to the point we're paid.
What do you mean?
So, because we can leave and take half. Have you ever heard the phrase "it's cheaper to keep her"?
Yeah. Excuse me.
So we don't have a consequence for leaving, which we had before, because we can take half his money. Like most of the richest women on earth got their money through divorce.
Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.